After learning about his wife's long-term affair, a man didn't react with violence, revenge, or public humiliation. Instead, he arranged her marriage to her lover, saying he feared becoming another headline after a string of brutal cases where husbands were killed by their wives and their partners. To him, this wasn't about pride. It was about survival and choosing peace over rage. This story mirrors real events that have occurred in regions where domestic tension has reached a boiling point. It's a narrative that swaps the traditional scorned lover trope for something far more complex: radical pragmatism. Here is an exploration of that choice through the lens of a man we'll call Elias. The story of Elias, the architect of peace. Elias lived in a community where the local news was a repetitive cycle of crimes of passion. He saw the headlines: husbands poisoned, wives disappearing, and the collateral damage of children left in the wake of explosive rage. When Elias discovered his wife's affair, the air in the room didn't catch fire, it turned cold. He didn't see a rival to defeat, he saw a risk factor to manage. He realized that if he fought to keep a woman who didn't want to be there, he was essentially inviting a predator into his home. The unusual wedding. Instead of a confrontation, Elias invited the lover to tea. He didn't bring a weapon, he brought a proposal. "If you love her," Elias said, "then take the responsibility of her. I will not be the obstacle that turns a secret into a tragedy." He helped organize the ceremony. He handed over the dowry or the paperwork, depending on the custom. To the neighbors, it looked like a surrender. To Elias, it was a divestment. He was trading his honor, a social construct that couldn't protect him, for the literal safety of his own skin and the stability of his children's future. Maturity, desperation, or a broken system. The beauty of the story is that it is all three at once. Emotional maturity. Elias recognized that you cannot force love. By removing himself from the equation, he skipped the stages of grief and went straight to acceptance, bypassing the potential for violence entirely. Quiet desperation. This is the darker side. If a man feels he must give his wife away to avoid being murdered, he isn't acting out of pure altruism. He is acting out of terror. It suggests a world where the law and social safety nets have failed so completely that buying your way out of a marriage is the only way to stay alive. The death of trust. It marks a shift from seeing a partner as a companion to seeing them as a potential threat. It's a survivalist's approach to romance. The takeaway. Elias's story isn't necessarily inspiring in the traditional sense of a happy ending. It's inspiring because it highlights a rare human ability, the power to choose the third option. When society expects you to fight or to crumble, there is a third path: to walk away so completely that you leave no room for conflict. He chose to be a living coward in the eyes of some, rather than a dead hero in the eyes of none. What do you think? In a situation that feels like a dead end, is it more manly to fight for a broken thing, or more human to build a bridge for the person who wants to leave?